Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're going well. Yeah, we've run into the weekend again. So yeah, a few days home since we've been away. Weather's hasn't really improved all that greatly. It's not raining, which is a bonus, but look, yesterday was pretty windy and cold for local sport. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on from that. It's winter, so we just got to deal with it. Hopefully the next week it's going to look I don't think it's going to rain, so yeah, we're going to start and get on and do a bit of sheep work and start mooring a few lambs and that sort of stuff. But we'll touch on that in the coming episodes. But yeah, the Savo, thought we'd have a bit of a crop tour and a bit of an update of where the crop's at. And if you guys have been following along for a while, yeah, we're sowing and that sort of stuff, so things have changed a fair bit since we planted, which is always good. But and it's also a good excuse to get on this thing. So I haven't been on this a lot lately, or much at all, for the last sort of 12 months. So yeah, just thought the paddocks are that wet underfoot. Yeah, we'll jump on this rocket and yeah, we'll have a look around. Okay, apologies about the wind. If you're wondering what this thing is around my neck, it's neck brace, which I always wear yeah, when I'm on the bike. So update on the canola that we irrigated. So we've killed it, it's stuffed. So you can see there's still plenty of water lying around here. Plan is with this, we're going to go in with corn. So we're gonna, and I haven't really spoken about the water allocation and that sort of thing before, so quick, sort of very quick and basic rundown on how it all works. So we've got about a 400 megalitre water right for our between the two properties we can irrigate, and we get an allocation each year depending on how much water's in the dam. So Lake Hume, our irrigation water comes out of Lake Hume and also Dartmouth Dam. So if you want to look at a map where they are, go and knock yourself out. So so we've got, the dams at the moment are pretty full, so obviously allocation will vary from how full the dams are. So at the moment the dams are at 90% or better. So we've started out with a 55% allocation. So that's about, without doing the exact maths, that's about 230 megalitres of water we've got so far. So, but what also happens most years, apart from drought years, is we've also got a 50% carryover. So we can carry over 200 megalitres of water from last season. So seasons run from 1st July to 30th of June, same as the financial year. So we've carried over 200 megs from last season because we didn't use that water, and we've got a 55% opening allocation this year. So we've got about around that 400 megs. We've essentially got a full water allocation to start with. So what can happen, and happened last year, is you get a lot of rain. If the dams actually spill, you lose your carryover. So we lose that 50% that we carried forward from the previous year. So if you think it's complicated, it is. So one thing that, and I have had someone ask me to mention it back many yonks ago, we've got to pay fixed charges for our water regardless of whether we get the water or not. So the government get their bit, the infrastructure that the irrigation company supplies the water with, we've got fixed charges, and then obviously we've got, as we use the water, we've got to pay for it. So, but drought years where we've got no water allocation, we've still got to pay those fixed charges. So it's a bit of a, it's frustrating at times, but yeah, look, when we've got water, yeah, we sort of got to try and make hay as the sun shines, as I say. So the plan is we're going to do 40 or 50 hectares of corn over here. Pretty good irrigation layout. What I'm hoping to do is, if it dries out enough, we'll spray this what's left here out, work this ground up, and I want to run the laser bucket, just do a regrade on these bays. So you can see where the water's lying, and you can see there's obviously been an old channel or something run through here in a previous life, and so I just want to run the bucket across these half a dozen bays and fill the holes and hollows in. So if when we do plant a crop, you know, you don't get water pooling and it drowns the crop. So anyway, so yeah, so there'll be 40-50 hectares of corn over here. I want to put one of the irrigators over at the other block that's got wheat in it at the moment. There's 35 hectares there, so it'll be corn as well. This stuff here, I just need to make a few calls, but we'll potentially sell it as chopped silage, and the stuff at home, depending on what the go is, we may even carry it through to grain, so we'll just see. And also we're going to put rice in, is the plan, so if we can get that ground prepared in time. So again, it probably needs a laser bucket across some of it. It's not critical, but if we had the time, I'd do it. And then, yeah, we need to dress the banks and put a few more outlets and that sort of stuff in. So we've got about 40 hectares of rice layout. So we're just thinking, while the water's available, yeah, we'll get in and sort of utilise it while we can. What we will have to do is buy more water. So in their wisdom back, I don't know how long ago, they actually separated land from water. So if you bought a farm, it used to come with the water. Now it doesn't. It comes with the what they call a delivery entitlement, if I can get it out. So yeah, so there's now an open market for water. So you that's sitting home watching this, that, you know, isn't a farmer, can essentially own water and trade it like you trade shares, which from my point of view isn't right. Yeah, but that's what the powers to be did at the time, so that's how it is. So we'll go into that market and we'll buy water. So at the moment, megalitre of water is trading around that $35. Last year, when we were at 100%, I think you could buy a megalitre for $2. Back during the drought, when we were trying to grow feed for the stock, I think we paid about $450 a megalitre for water. So not a lot of money in that, but you know, at 35, you know, 50, $70, there's money to be made. So we're just thinking, while there's water available, we'll yeah, we get in and yeah, have a bit of a crack at it. So because they're talking El Nino, it's going to stop raining, so they're telling us. So yeah, we just, if we can bank a bit this year for next year, well, we'll just see how we go. But anyway, update on this canola, it's stuffed. Spoke about the ducks too in earlier episodes. The ducks are starting to take the piss a bit. They're yeah, they're eating quite a lot, so yeah, then we might have to give them the hurry up. I sound a bit muffled, I've got my helmet on. So this is what that canola that we've drowned should look like. We'll use the motorbiker's comparison just to give you a bit of a height. So it's, you know, knee high or better, roughly. Got my motorbike boots on. Yeah, so it's rocking along really well. We can see here, we're just starting to get a bud, flower starting to run up. So we're still probably a fortnight off actually seeing too many yellow flowers. Neighbours' crop that I came through paddock, they've just got the odd one starting to poke up. This has had, well, I hope I'm not yelling, but I just, with the wind, this had 150 kilos of urea to the hectare. It's got should have another 100, but it is a bit sticky underfoot, but I reckon it will probably carry the tractor. So we might give it this week if it doesn't rain and try and get the balance on, and then yeah, that's sort of it. Just looking what we sprayed, the grass weeds out, so the grass weeds are dying. Yeah, there's another block that we watered that hasn't been sprayed. Hopefully by week's end we might be able to get on and do something with it. But yeah, really happy with the way this stuff's ticking along at the moment. So yeah, anyway, we'll keep trucking. Alright, so this is the vetch. We've got some sheep on here. We've got electric fence splitting the paddock up just to try and force feed a bit of this stuff. We had a bit of an issue with the cape weed in this paddock. We still do, but we just made the decision to lock the sheep on here and try and get on top of the cape weed rather than sort of spraying it. Oh, look at that's how soft the ground is. It won't even hold the motorbike up. Yeah, so it's a bit hard to pick the vetch in amongst the cape weed now. So, but anyway, we've been getting good feed off this stuff. We'll just slip down the bottom and have a bit of a look down there. Alright, come down here, taking the helmet off, you might be able to hear me a bit better. You can see just with the soil, you can see the different coloured green there. It's where the sort of soil type changes, so it's quite light and sandy up in the top there. And we've come down, it gets quite heavy, grey sort of clay down here. You can see the vetch here. And yeah, it's probably doing a bit better down here where the cape weed's not choking it out. So anyway, sheep are still in here. They're doing all right. They could probably stay in here. If it's hopefully we might get a bit of dry weather, and yeah, it just the ground shores up a little bit, and we haven't got to worry about them getting soft feed or anything like that. But lambs are doing pretty well, which is good to see. Yeah, but it's all going to plan, sort of. Alright, we are running out of battery on the GoPro, so this is the wheat. It's ticking along pretty well. You can see here, it's a bit of yellowing. It's probably looking for a bit more nitrogen, maybe a bit of zinc. This sandier soil can be pretty hungry at times. It hasn't had an in-crop spray this, and you can see here a few broadleaf weeds we'll have to try and tidy up, a few more coming there. But yeah, generally pretty happy with this. It looks really good. Motorbike for comparison again. But yeah, we'll try and, it's at 100, this stuff's at 100 kilos of urea, and we'll just see whether we give it another 100 to 150, whether we split the applications and just see what the season's going to do. If it does turn off in the springtime, the rain, this country can turn off pretty quickly. So yeah, don't want to go too hard with the nitrogen and end up with sort of grain quality issues at harvest time. But yeah, generally pretty bloody happy with it, really. Yeah, can't complain too much at all. But yeah, a week of sunny weather, and yeah, we might it's probably nearly trafficable at the moment. But yeah, we'll give it the week and see how it looks. Alright, so dryland canola. This is the Clearfield stuff. We've got the corner of 3 paddocks here. Got the Roundup Ready stuff there. The stand of my bike's buggered. But yeah, as you can see, this stuff's all flying. So this has had its full rate of urea, so 250 kilos. It's had its in crop spray, which you would have seen. So we'll just have to do a fungicide pass at some stage. So we can, a couple of options, we can do that ourselves, or more than likely we'll probably get the plane in to do it, which yeah, we do every other year, so it seems to work pretty well. But same thing, it's starting to run up. We've just got those little buds starting to appear with the flowers coming, so yeah, no, happy days at the moment. I'll just show you here when we did the Roundup, the in-crop Roundup spray on that canola there. We had a bit of a southeasterly wind or southwesterly wind, and we've had a bit of drift through the fence. So yeah, barley doesn't like Roundup, who would have thought. Anyway, the barley out here, it's going pretty well. It's only had the 75 kilos of urea. It's pretty sticky underfoot by the feel of it, but yeah, pretty clean for disease. So there's a bit starting to come, so yeah. Had to resort back to the iPhone. Who would have thunk it? The GoPro's gone flat. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, it's a bit of disease starting to appear in the barley. It's not too bad, but yeah, we may. Not too sure. I'll have you under the agronomist this week, and whether we do a bit with the plane or what we do. I might just have a bit of a ride across it and just see what it's like, the weeds, but this little bit, well, he's just walked in. 100 metres in the corner, looks pretty good. Could possibly do with more urea. Well, yeah, this stuff's only had 75 kilos, so generally we'll work on 150 kilos on our barley. Yeah, but all in all, there's yeah, no complaints at the moment. Anyway, we might wrap this one up, eh? Yeah, we'll keep having a look around here. It's still a bit gloomy and that sort of stuff, but it's actually not too bad on the bike. It's not super cold, which is good. But yeah, just sort of give you a bit of a crop update while I was having a look around myself. So it's kill two birds with one stone. But anyway, yeah, keep watching along. We'll get the content coming back a bit more now that we're home from holidays and back into stuff. So yeah, keep tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Ta-da!